Hey everyone, what's going on? Today I want to talk to you about some of the big mistakes that really stand out in my mind when it comes to my hypothyroidism journey, which started probably around, as far as I know, December 2017. That's kind of where I can look at a photo of me and be like, this is not the person that looks like me. I didn't look like that in August 2017. I didn't look like that in September 2017. How did I all of a sudden look like this in December? And so at the time I was making a transition from powerlifting to strongman. And so I was like, it's okay, I'm just putting on muscle mass. But then I would go on YouTube, I would get messages on Instagram all the time. People would tell me I look fat, I look chubby, and it was really weighing me down. And so I started to feel really depressed, and so I assumed everything that was happening was because I was depressed, as opposed to paying attention to my body and thinking what could cause the depression. I thought the depression was the cause of everything. And so that's kind of how I summarized how I was feeling at the time. It wasn't until a little after Christmas time that I finally went to the doctor and got my diagnosis, and it turned out I had hypothyroidism. At the back of my mind, I always knew this was going to be something that I might have to face because it's a genetic issue. My dad has it, my grandma had it. I always took precautions. I always was very healthy. I tried to do the best I could. I mean, I never did research. I just kind of lived a healthy life as I could. And so when I found out I had hypothyroidism, I was like, no, I don't want to take any medications. I don't want to take hormones. I didn't even understand what was happening. I just associated the thyroid with I got fat and now I have to do everything to be skinny. And so the big mistake I made at the time was I reached out to just people who had dealt with thyroid issues and just started asking them what they were doing, and then I did all of it. I went vegan, I went dairy free, I went gluten free, I just cut out everything cold turkey from my diet. I was not taking the necessary vitamins and minerals, and so all of a sudden I had a brand new set of issues on my plate. I had started losing hair. I was feeling even lower on energy. That made me feel even more depressed. I didn't have as much energy to work out, and I would over push myself in the gym. It was just a vicious cycle. So I went back to the doctor, requested another blood test, and the doctor was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I eat very healthy. I'm a trainer. I know what I'm doing. And she was kind enough to ask me more questions. And she's like, were you a vegan before you became a vegan? And I said, no, I've been a vegetarian in the past, never a full-on gluten-free, dairy-free vegan. And so that had created so many deficiencies in my body that created additional bloating because I was probably eating a very acidic diet. And just because you're eating vegan foods that are gluten-free, that doesn't necessarily mean they are healthy, okay? It's that association we have in our mind that if something is vegan or it's gluten-free, it has to be healthy. No, they are still processed foods in the vegan and gluten-free division of your grocery store. So I decided to start taking vitamins and minerals based on where my deficiencies were, and that really helped me out in the process. This is also where one of the biggest changes started to happen, where I actually stopped listening to everybody and I started to streamline the people that I was getting information from. So it was validating the stuff that I was doing to be beneficial for my thyroid. I started to read medical journals that had done clinical tests and trials. I started to read more science-based stuff. I even started to reach out to actual naturopaths to get credible information as opposed to just figure shit out as I go, because I didn't want to do other damage to my body as I was going. Over the years, that's where I've really begun to understand the endocrine system, gain respect for my body and like actually realize that a lot of the stuff like that I was doing in the past was wrong, including eating a lot of soy, not eating enough vitamin B, having enough vitamin D, having enough zinc and other multivitamins in my diet. I was probably eating more omega-6 than I was eating omega-3. So these were all the things that I was doing wrong, but in my mind, I was like, this is all still healthy. Why is this not working? And this is exactly why. About 6 months later was the real breaking point for like where I realized the biggest mistake I had made with my hypothyroidism process. 6 months later, around May or June, I went to Cuba for about 2.5 weeks, okay? Initially, my plan was to make a vlog there, and I think I did post a very short video. Everything that I filmed was done in like the last day or two, but very quickly I realized I needed to disconnect from everything. I put my phone in the safe, I put my camera in the safe as soon as I got there. I didn't carry it with me at all other than to message my parents at the end of the day to let them know that everything was good, everything was going well. I would send them a few quick photos of where we were sitting or food I was eating, and that was it. In those like 10 to 15 days that I was in Cuba is where I lost a lot of weight. In that time, I still went to the gym on the resort. I know people don't generally do that, but I did. I decided to time myself for 30 minutes and I would go in and do a 30-minute workout 3 to 4 times a week. I was still eating relatively healthy there, but that's just ingrained in my mind, where I was eating like rice, vegetables, chicken, just eggs, potatoes, very clean diet. And I came back and I had dropped over 15 pounds in a matter of like that short period of time. I mean, also I was running around a lot. It was sunny, so your metabolism is different. You're also losing water weight because you're sweating a lot and all that sort of stuff. I may have also indulged in a couple of mojitos while I was there, so I might have been dehydrated on that front. But it made me realize how much for the last 6 months, or the first 6 months of my hypothyroidism journey, that's what I call it, I had really been punishing myself because I hated what I was looking at in the mirror. This trip allowed me to really gain the love and respect I had for my body without even realizing it. I didn't go around on the beach thinking I looked fat, even though I felt it. I didn't think about how I was like looking to other people, if the photographs were okay. I didn't think about the comments on YouTube. I just had a good time, and I just use that time to enjoy the sun, the beach, the water, my company, nice food, just taking a break and just loving life. And in that process, I really began to love myself again. That really was what helped me heal and really truly began my healing process. Because in that process where not only is there hormonal activity happening in my body, there's metabolism that's being affected, my mood is being affected, my hair loss, my energy. I was also additionally internalizing a lot of self-hate, a lot of doubt. I was like, just didn't like what I looked at in the mirror. I don't think I took any photos for months. And so that self-love was really what triggered and began something beautiful for me. So for those of you who are dealing with hypothyroidism and really just hate what you see in the mirror, don't like how you feel, understand that you are punishing yourself for something that is not in your control. Instead of doing that, focus on the things that you do admire about your body. Focus on the things that you can do, whether you want to go for a walk, you want to go for a run, you want to work out, you want to write in your diary, you want to spend time with your loved ones, because life is so short and the days just keep on going. The days are not going to stop for you to find love with yourself. You have to do that right away, and that will make each day it will make the process in each day so much better. Now, these are very, very simple things that I'm talking about, but these are things that I really, really wanted to address, and I really hope they help you guys out because there's a lot of information out there about what you should do. These are some of the things that I really, really would preach and hope that each of you can incorporate, and the things that you avoid. Stop punishing yourselves. Stop figuring out what to do without getting any professional advice. Stop just listening to anyone, but make sure you are getting credible advice. Make sure you are loving your body in the process, and make sure you are patient in that process, because it has taken me now, what are we in, 2021? I mean, where's the time even gone? And I finally feel like I'm in a place where I feel a lot more confident with myself. Anyways, I hope this video helps you guys out. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, think strong always, and I'll talk to you again very, very soon. Bye. To, preach. These are some of the things that I would really, really preach where I feel